Hi, my name's James. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Le Mans Ultimate here at Monza in my first race in the LMP2. Basically, I've jumped on before prior to official practice, did a 1:45. I found quite a bit of time compared to that, but still not anywhere near pole position. But a 1:40.8. I think the qualifying was pole position was a 1:40.1, so 8 tenths of a second away from pole position is not too bad considering that it's the first time trying this car combination. But I do know Monza, so see how much fuel I need. Well, I've already worked it out. I think 60 will be more than enough, so play it safe. Right, there we go. Yeah, these cars are really super enjoyable. I love these cars. I've driven this car so far at Sebring, I think about 3 or 4 times in the multiplayer, not single player, and then Spa a couple of weekends ago. But yeah, been enjoying Sebring, even the bumps. Very bumpy track in these cars. Right, so yeah, 40.8. My first laps, I think I did a 44 or 45. I think it was a 45 pre-event practice. Didn't have any idea where that stood me, but gradually progressed. 44, 43s, 42s, 41. So I did a 40.8 in qualifying, but there's 11 LMP2 cars and I've qualified P8, so hopefully this 30-minute sprint race will go well for me. We've got 50-second countdown. Got my license B3 driver rating, just getting towards silver. And the safety rating is just ticked over into silver a couple of days ago. In fact, I think it was yesterday. Hence why I'm doing this race now. I can now do the intermediate races. So this is my first intermediate race and first mixed class, multi-class race. So it's the LMP2 cars and the GT cars. Just change the camera, guys. You can see some of the which car GT qualified in pole positions. Ferrari 488. Someone's flashing the lights, the pole sitter, and the Corvette as well. Another Ferrari, several Porsches. You can see all the LMP2 cars are the same. Yeah, this will be. I've done a few, as I say. I've done, I think, 3 or 4 races at Sebring. 3 in the LMP2, and 2 at Spa on the same day. To not this weekend, gone the weekend before. So this looked pretty close. I didn't see how the lap time of the 11th place LMP2 car. So the leader sets the pace. So
green flag, let's go.
please no Pontorino. This man's sailing at 3 wide next to me on my left. I should have maybe closed the door on him, but surely we'll be safe from the GT cars. That could be famous last words. Let's try and leave some space. As me. So I'm on triples, guys. The Fanatec DD1 with the Formula 2.5 rim. I just love the force feedback in this game. It's me a bit of a lag spike there. Yeah, so my first race in this car combination. So one thing I did notice in Parabolica, Michele Alboreto corner, the last corner, you can feel bumps in these cars that I'm not used to feeling in the GT car, the Ferrari 488. This is the only car I've driven in the Mans Ultimate, the GT car anyway, prior to this, so these are quite a bit quicker. Come on, go, go, go. There's a bit of a gap in front of this man in front. Try and pronounce his name, Lagubri. I think the one thing I did in qualifying, I was pushing Parabolica a little bit more pace-wise, and then I used the GTE cars and ACC, GT3 cars specifically, and then let my pace maybe drop, forgetting that I'm driving an aerodynamic car with a lot of downforce. Oh, lock up. Careful next to me, man. I'll try and leave you room. It's my mistake. Don't. There we go. Try and be fair with people. Just move to the right hand side and just try and stay out of his way, because luckily he managed to keep hold of the car there, guys. Right, we've got a long way to go. This will be my longest race in Le Mans Ultimate. Only 16-minute beginner races. This is my first intermediate race. Still, there was no way I was going to drive the Ferrari again, or one of the GT cars, when I can drive one of these. Oh, hopefully this man's... Goodness me, well avoided. Whew. Goodness me, he's a lucky boy. I was lucky at the first chicane, and I think he was a little bit more lucky there, the man behind. So careful with the little mini lock-ups on the tyres. Right, got a 1.9 second gap to the man that I was behind before. That was a dummy actually behind me. Made that mistake. I need to be utilising the downforce in this car. As I say, I think the first few laps in qualifying I was just sending it around Parabolica, Michele Alboreto, but reverted to GT3 kind of, yeah, speed, almost. Try and trail, but actually get somewhere near the apex. No, failure, maybe next time. So far, no free positions gained. There were 11 LMP2 cars, looks like there's 9 now. 2 have gone missing or somewhere else. Not shown on the leaderboard anyway. So close in qualifying from what I saw. The man behind is only 1.5 seconds behind. I lift that. I lifted, trying to avoid the penalty from the steward. Ideally I could have done with a little bit more practice, to be honest, but I did do 3 laps in the pre-race practice, so I think I did a 1:45 or 1.4 and found 5 seconds in qualifying. Nearly 5 seconds with a 1:40.8, 8 tenths of a second of pole position, so... Oh, goodness me. I thought I was going to touch the grass there, guys. Right, try and pick this up. Check on the tyres.
Time 1:42.11.
There's the one thing I forgot to do is change the brake pressure. Overlifted there, unfortunately. You can see it on the steering wheel. I was up about 6 tenths of a second, and then now I'm down by 1.2. So, what gives the man behind a chance to race me again? Okay, some strange force feedback there, guys. Definitely some good practice with this car and track combination. Car, in fairness, I've done 3 races all at Sebring over the weekend, and then 2 the weekend before at Spa. So not done many races in this car, but done a few. Oh, I can see someone got off and just kicked up some dirt. Right, 23 minutes to go to try and find some pace and dial out some mistakes. Stop making a few mistakes. That left front tyre's screaming there. Red left front tyre.
Lap 1:44.26.
Dear me, come on. Still not exactly sure of my braking point now, braking marker. I think I need to change the force feedback because it feels a little bit vague in the when we're turning the steering wheel to centre in the second chicane. And there's one thing I definitely need to do is change the brake pressure. Still at the default, I think so, 100%. I've seen other people have had some success changing that, so I meant to do it. I didn't do it in qualifying, so I thought I'd leave it for the race. Try and change it by 3, 4, 5%. See if I can achieve better braking. And the Fanatec V3s, the load cell pedals. I don't think I've got any penalties from the stewards yet. I've avoided a couple though. Unfortunately, the car in front is 3.5 seconds behind P6 and I'm 3 seconds behind him. Oh, yellow. There's a car around here somewhere. Oh my goodness. Bit of a big lift there. It's a shame because I was green on the Delta. And the man behind didn't lift. He's catching me. I lifted. Yeah, I had quite a big lift there in Parabolica, just in case I needed to put in some steering input to avoid a rejoining car, recovering car. No harm done though. P7. 20 minutes to go. Definitely not over pushing, guys, just being careful on the brakes not to lock up and flat spot the tyres. These cars are great fun though, they really are. Lifted twice, lifted once and then lifted again for good measure. You can see I've lost out on the Delta there, on the exit of the second Lesmos. Just making small errors, just not on top of the car. I think I need to change the force feedback a little bit, to strengthen it. So turned it down for the GTE race before this. I've gone with the same percentage on the car specific. Definitely lost my way at Parabolica. Qualifying, I thought it was. I thought I found the way to take Parabolica. I got the purple middle sector, I think, at one point. That purple final sector even. Yeah, just the wrong line there. It's ended up sending me. Yep. Wrong on the exit as well, unfortunately. So P4 and P5 are close to each other, half a second. Oh goodness, the car nearly went then. Yeah, I think I just need to change the force feedback a little bit. 5 or 10% car specific force feedback. Another lift, second Lesmo. Goodness me. Just one hand on the wheel there, just caught the curb. So 140.8 in qualifying, and the best lap is 1.1 seconds off that at the moment with race fuel. But hoping to find some pace, not at least be able to match what I did in qualifying at some point. It's my first go roll, so the main thing is it's really good fun.
Lap 142.31.
I pulled pulled half a second back on the man in front. It was 3.33, was 3.3 seconds. Not had any big lock-ups as yet. They're still getting, yeah, taking the line wrong in these cars. Should have a different priority in some of these corners with these downforce cars than a GT or GT3 car. It's just a bit of a relearning, really. The man behind is definitely staying with me anyway. Probably tell, guys, I suppose like maybe a lot of people, I'm driving this car like a GT3 car in some corners. Not utilising all the tools available, the downforce. But I'm not someone that plays the F1 2023 and played those for about 10 years, so I'm not used to downforce cars, but boy, these are enjoyable. And that's just with the default fixed setup, so with some tweaks and track time, guys, things can only get better as the song goes. Barely pressing the brake pedal on these. I just need to change the. Okay, that really 0.5, not even 0.25. Goodness me, guys. We remain penalty free. Had to lift a few times, but I'm surprised that was a 0.5. I should have lifted, but yeah, not even a 0.25. Yeah, for the safety rating, to be honest, but and to try and get some mileage in one of these cars on this track. See where I stack up in my first race at Monza. I think that's the third time, at least third or fourth time that I've had to lift in the second exit of the second Lismos. The warning with the. Oh, for goodness sake! Just don't have enough control with this. This is too light. This is too light. Force feedback. This needs to be changed a few percentage points. Change it on the fly, in fairness, on the DD1. I suppose I could do that. Let's just do that on the straight. Change the force feedback. Sorry guys, look where I'm going. I'll just change the force feedback by a couple of percent. Just see if that's oh yeah, there's a bit more weight there now, but it's the second chicane where I'm feeling it more than the exit of the second Lesmo. Fortunately, I've not got an answer for the cars in front. A couple of times where maybe reduced the gap to the P6 man, but he's a little bit too quick by the looks of it. It's not exploiting the brakes and the aero in these cars yet. So I was quite pleased with my qualifying, a 40.8. Got no idea how that stacks up on the leaderboard, but in this race it was 0.8 of a second up pole position, I think, just about. Didn't think it was too bad. Just 3 laps in practice and then a few laps in qualifying. Seems to have got slower than I did in qualifying by 40.8, so 0.9 of a second. Seem to have just become slow at parabolic and slow at the Ascari chicane. That was a little bit better, maybe gained half a tenth.
That time was a 1:42.14.
Yep. So this is my first intermediate race, first multi-class race, so catching up to some of the GT cars. 12 minutes remaining. It's about the fastest GT drivers, 4 seconds, 4, 5, 6 seconds. Pace difference. Hopefully you can gain some reasonable safety rating. It's a shame I got that 0.5. But I think the bigger issue is that I've had to lift several times on the exit of the first chicane and the second Lesmo. About 3 times, 3 or 4 times. Right, so here comes what should be my first ever overtake on a GT car and an LMP2 car. Let's give him a little wiggle, guys. Oh, the force feedback feels, yeah, still probably being a little bit higher. Just changed it by 2% on the DD1 on the straight last time round.
That's 1:42.41.
I heard another car then for a moment. Someone just come out the pits. Let's have a look at the track map. I think someone has. What's going on there? Some cars have just left the pits or something. There's some. Yeah, I'm in P7 now. I heard some cars. Maybe some cars have put myself off there, guys. I dare say they'll be faster. Well, they'll be faster than me because I was running in last place. So they're on the hunt now. They pitted, so surely, well, if they're a long way ahead. P8 behind me within 5 seconds. So with only, goodness me, I need to stop doing that. 2 LMP2 cars behind me within 6 seconds, 4.5 and 5.6. Unless they've done a drive-through, I think they've just been in for fuel. It's a story of my race, guys, this one. It's the first one at Monza in this car, but lifting several times on up to avoid a track warning. Definitely need to tidy things up a little bit for next time. Have some practice. I need to pick this pace up because I'm assuming those guys behind, well, they were definitely ahead of me.
1:42.98.
9 minutes remaining and lots of GT cars all fighting each other in front. Need to navigate these GT cars quickly. As quickly as possible. Because I've got Hypno behind me in P8 hunting me down. Only got 23 litres of fuel on board now, which is similar to what I had in qualifying. So obviously my tyres are a little bit more worse for wear now than qualifying, but so we've got P7 and P8 and P9 within I think 2.3 seconds of each other. P6 to P9 in the GT class. Hopefully I can catch these two on the way down to Ascari. Oh, sorry, not catch, overtake. Take a tighter line, but that works out well for them. Works out well for me as well, in fairness. Did not lose much time, maybe a couple of tenths. Cheers, fellas. Goodness mate, just looking at the gaps of Hypno, it's 4.2. Must have stopped for a drive-through or maybe fuel, probably fuel, I guess. But let's pick up a cheeky toll. Ah, he's got the same idea.
142.36.
Please don't spin in front of these guys because they're having a race. Goodness me, even with the trail braking, that was a bit hairy, guys. As the actress said to the bishop. Yeah, that was did not want to spin in front of those guys. They're fighting each other at P5 and P6. This is a new experience in a Le Mans Ultimate, a multi-class race. Yeah, the force feedback does feel better now, just with that 2%. Doesn't sound like a lot, so you can't change the car specific on the fly, but just need to tidy some things up to find maybe some more lap time. So one thing, there might be some tracks where these LMP2 cars and the hypercars have to brake quite a lot earlier than the GTE cars, so in hard braking zones might have to be careful on some tracks, because they can obviously brake several meters later because they're coming at it maybe 20 clicks, 20 kilometers of an hour, maybe even 30 in some cases. You know, less speed. But the main thing is just to be careful around the GTE cars, or if I was in a LMDH car, be careful around the LMP2 cars. Right now, I'm not going to be able to take. I don't think I'll be able to overtake this GTE car. Nope. Too far behind. Hopefully I don't lose too much time here. Should be okay because it's just the first chicane. Get the man in front on exit. Thank you, sir. Esteban. Man behind's P4 in the GTE class. I was in a race yesterday with a Leclerc, but it wasn't Arthur Leclerc. The Ferrari driver's brother. It was turned out to be someone with just the same first initial, Leclerc. But, 5 minutes remaining in my to date longest race in Le Mans Ultimate and first multi-class race. Should say, guys, that I do have R-Factor 2. I bought it last year, but never relaunched it after seeing the old hideous user interface. So this to me is a new sim. While people call it, some people do call it R-Factor 2.5, or certainly on launch day, some of the live streams. This is all new to me, so I'm absolutely loving this. So much so that I've pretty much ditched my first love, ACC. Kilometers an hour. So I keep telling myself to change the brake pedal pressure, but I've not done it as yet. I think it's in the advanced setup somewhere. I think Dan Suzuki had it on his stream. See what he was changing the percentage. So I think he changed it by 5%. I think it was from memory, which is something I've done in AMS2 for the LMDH cars. Thing to going around the outside there. The man moved to the inside, that was fine, but if he gets his braking wrong on the inside, if he's a little bit closer, it could be a bit hairy, but a bit tricky, but safely navigated. Only P7, guys, but safe. I don't think a 40.8 in qualifying was too bad, but that tells me that there's probably people doing, well, certainly 38s. So I'm hoping some of the esports guys really get to grips with this game. I know, you know, the likes of Jardy, etc. get back on this. iRacing rain launch today. I don't play iRacing. I did probably about 6-7 years ago. But I'll be honest, it's got me a little piqued my interest. The rain, and it does look pretty good. Right, that's how not to take parabolica. Kaylee Alboreto corner. That was absolutely shocking. I think I do need to be a little bit, get a little bit better at speaking and driving at the same time. It's the P2 man in front in the GT class. Should be able to catch the P1 man. He's, I think, sort of 5.8 seconds ahead, 5.5 seconds ahead. I'll sit behind you. I'll sit behind you. Be sensible. Should be able to overtake you easily now. Just keep an eye on that gap there. Hypno looked like in P8, the LMP2 car looked like he stopped for a drive-through, or I guess fuel, or two of them actually, unless they had a crash and damaged each other, maybe. But I'm so used to Munster in that second part of the Ascari chicane and ACC and the McLaren, just short shifting from third to fourth, and just so yeah. In these cars, I think need to be a little bit more careful. I think with the being aero cars and having being low to the ground. It's not that I actually yet know the, or I've not had a look to see what the ride height of these cars is in default trim. 42.49. Plenty of fuel anyway. These cars are amazing. They really are. I think they're on to a win here. I really do, despite what people think of the, you know, the publisher, etc. / devs. I think they're onto a real something special with this game, guys. I really do. I think if you anyone watching this, obviously I know my YouTube channel is new, but anyone watching this, I think as a single player experience, it might be a bit of a hard pass, a bit of a pass. But hopefully the bugs will be fixed this week. But as a multiplayer experience, as long as you register early enough, I've never not been able to get into a race. It's only when I've registered 3, 4, 5 minutes, and yeah, the weekend being a bit of an issue because it's peak time. But it's good to see though. See people embracing this new sim. And what's maybe a really big 2024. We've got AC2 coming. Got the Nordschleife coming to Settle Quarter Competizione. Imagine we've got the GT3 cars coming to this. Maybe a new track or two, we'll see. Certainly new cars anyway. Driver swaps as well on the roadmap. Co-op, yeah, so driver swap. Hosted service, which I'll be surprised if that's this year. There we go. I'll say that. So I should say, guys, I've got the Tiny Pedal radar and track map, the plugins from R-Factor 2. The Dan Suzuki video explained those, so that's yeah, really good. Interested to see what the game devs bring to the game, but you'd imagine if they were going to bring a radar, an inbuilt radar, they would have already done that. But it is one of the top most requested features. Right, so let's have a look at my race pace. I was struggling near the beginning, not the very beginning, but compared to qualifying, I did a 40.8. Pole position was a 40.0, I think, 40.1. So yeah, not too bad. Didn't feel fully comfortable. The force feedback change helped. So yeah, my sector times. First sector compared to the race winner, 33.8. Obviously my best sector, 34.8. thereabouts, 33.7. Not there, 4 tenths of a second off in the final sector, so Parabolica and the Sky. But as I say, I'd imagine that's just my race lap. Did a 40.8 in qualifying. Right, let's have a look at my stats, guys, and see what that's done for me. That is my first intermediate race, first LMP2 race at Monza. I've done the 2 at Spa and 3 at Sebring, I think it is. 3. Track I didn't know at all, but I do know Monza, so there's no excuses. 146.3 in the McLaren Evo in ACC. So yeah, 41.783. Oh dear, minus 4.5, but saw that first. Every cloud has a silver lining, so 14%, 14.2% gained. 9 clean laps, 7 quali clean laps, 1 invalid race lap. Did have to lift quite a few times in that race, unfortunately. And race contact X8 times 8 with myself. Right, anything else I want to have a look at? Let's have a look at my actual overall stats now, guys. So 24 races, the 1 win, which was a couple of days ago. The GTE at Monza, the Ferrari 488 GTE. 2 podiums, 5 top 5s, 2 fastest laps, 2 pole positions. Unfortunately, 1 DNF when I crashed at Sebring my first race there in the very end of the race, and I didn't get it repaired on in time, and it classed as a DNF. So at least that's trending downwards. I didn't want anything in there, but it is what it is. Yeah, so 9 laps led, which was this one, pole position, pole to flag, and fastest lap in the same race at Monza. Yeah, so really good game, really good game. These are the races I've done, guys, since launch. So launch day was the 23rd of February, I think. Was that the day after? I'm not sure. I've got to play it on that day. I had an ACC race. That might have been, yeah, I think that was the launch day. Fuji, didn't know the track. Just so you can see how my safety rating's gone: B0, B1. Stagnated at B1. Unfortunately, people not leaving room in the 488s in the beginner class, putting them on the grass and things. But over time, over the last 2 or 3 days, focused a little bit more on the SR rather than the driver rating, and finally got into the silver. So, yeah. Let's have a look. Stats, profile. You see now, what's that? Probably about 66%, 70% bronze. On my way to silver, and then made some strides today with a couple of races, so about a third there. So hopefully on my way to silver too. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.